Just a cool and comfortable 110 degrees here in downtown Phoenix, and ABTV, brought to you by Pechanga Resort Casino, brings you inside to Chase Field for Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Los Angeles Angels and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Alongside Mark Gubas, I'm Wayne Randazzo. Yesterday we saw a pretty crisply played game between these two teams. However, the Diamondbacks came out on the winning end with some runs late.
Yeah, late runs there, but Pavin Smith hit the home run off the foul pole. Rainier was so good in the whole game. I mean, he was so efficient in 7 innings, had that under 90 pitches, so it's good to see him developing into that guy we think is going to be an ace for a lot of years to come.
And we've seen Reed Detmers develop over the years, and now Detmers looking like an ace of late. His fastball has been dominant. He's racked up the strikeouts, closing in on 100 now for the year.
Wayne, he's trusting his fastballs. That sets up his secondary pitches. We know how dominant the slider and curveball can be, but his fastball has been so much better. There's a lot more trust in it. He's at 51% usage, and his average fastball velocity now is 94.5. A lot of his fastballs, lower part of the strike zone. He'll elevate that fastball when he needs to. 13 punch outs with that pitch, and 70% of the time he's throwing his heater for a strikeout. It almost was a waste pitch for him before, but over these last 4 starts, he has been absolutely dominant. ERA 1.72. dominant, a whip percentage of 0.54. I mean, he's zero traffic. What do you have, 35, 36 straight batters retired at home. He's been that good for such a long period of time. Hope to continue against the D-backs here today.
And he's averaged about 8 strikeouts per start over his last 6 outings. Detmers facing Arizona tonight and hoping to get some more offense out of Mike Trout. Trout coming here to Chase Field for the first time in 11 years for a regular season game yesterday, and hit a home run the first time he's hit one here.
Yeah, 2 for 3 in the game, too. And he goes the opposite field on a 4-seam fastball. He did a really good job against Nelson, bringing that fastball into the lower third. And when he gets that there, there's a lot of power. The 11th home run he has hit on the road this season, 420th home run of his career. But that's a great swing for Trouty. You can see his smile. I remember even going into the dugout yesterday, the look he had on his face going, I got that one pretty good. That was a pretty good fastball he hit out.
He's over now 24 of the active 30 ballparks across Major League Baseball. Joe Adele had another good night yesterday, a red-hot month of June. We'll have more on Adele coming up. Adele getting ready to continue what's been an incredible month of June for Adele. He's been on 10 times safely in the last 3 games alone. And over his last 8 games, batting .444 as we take a look at our Coors Light cold hard facts. Really, for the 2nd straight season, Joe Adele has lit up the month of June.
And even with 2 strikes, he has such a good approach, too, going the other way, hitting the ball hard. 15 for 34 with 4 extra base hits and an OPS of 1118 during this stretch over the last 8 games. There's damage done by Joe Adele, and when he gets going like this, you expect him to be aggressive early in the count, and that's when you think he might leave the ballpark with a blast here. Take a look at our StatCast at 3D powered by Google Cloud, where he has hit the baseball on such a consistent basis here in these last 8 games with 15 hits, 11 singles, but it's all over the ballpark. The 1 home run he was able to turn to left center field, but up the middle, the other way, hard hit baseball is over 108 plus exit velocity, so a lot of really good swings for Joe. A .618 slugging percentage during the last 8 games.
He'll take his swings against the veteran Merrill Kelly here tonight in Arizona as the Angels look to even up this series at a game apiece. Angels baseball on ABTV is brought to you by Hyundai. There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Visit your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. By Jack in the Box, get fired up with the Hot Ones Munchie Meal. And by Cerritos Auto Square, don't risk buying the wrong car. Test drive your top options in one convenient place. Angel fans here in Arizona attending the Halos and D-backs 3-game series. They won a close game last night. The Diamondbacks scored a couple of runs late and held off the Angels in a 4-3 game. We'll see if the Halos can get the better of Arizona tonight. The Angel lineup presented by Irvine Auto Center. It is Zach Neto leading it off. Mike Trout batting in the 2-hole. Trout working on a 6-game hitting streak. Nolan Shonowell bats third. Joe Adele's hitting cleanup. Madrigal's at second base. Wade Meckler's in left field. Guzman is at third. O'Hoppe's catching, and Donovan Walton will DH. He's been red hot too. Walton batting near the bottom of the order, and they'll face a guy who's been around a while now, 37-year-old Merrill Kelly.
I mean, his cutter hasn't been as effective as it has been in the past. ERA at home at 7.66. My go-tos to be successful against him here tonight. And the approach you're going to have against him is power, his cutter. .417 batting average and .889 slugging percentage, 3 home runs. But don't chase those breaking balls. 12 Ks and just a .153 batting average versus his breaking balls.
It's truly an extraordinary new graphic that they have given your go-tos.
Yeah, I love that.
They're really going ham on those go-tos.
Yes, we are. I mean, they're locked in. They're ready to go, and they're ready to be truthful. Defense behind Merrill. Arenado's still one of the best in all of baseball. 10-time Gold Glove winner, 5 defensive runs saved, 11 double plays turned already this season. Vargas over, who got off to a great start over at first base. Marte Perdomo, he's been great at shortstop. Gurriel Jr., Lawler, and Carroll in the outfield for the Diamondbacks today. But Arenado's still so good. One of the all-time greats as far as fielding third baseman the game has ever seen.
Well, certainly still a great defender at third base, no question. A 10-time Gold Glove winner. He won the 10 in a row. I mean, it's to start his major league career for a straight decade. He was the Gold Glove winner in the National League. Finally got unseated by Ke'Bryan Hayes, but Arenado could be back in that picture this year. Zach Neto leads it off tonight as Neto starts things in the midst of some struggles. His average down to .220. His strikeout total 102 for the year. And Merrill Kelly delivers ball 1 as we are underway. And some discussion today just about Neto's mood and how he's feeling as he goes through these struggles. 1 ball and no strikes on Neto here. Kurt Suzuki believes that Neto will hit his way out of it, just like he did earlier in the year when he was going through the same thing.
Yeah, he went through the same thing, and when you're going through that, you're such an important piece to this offense and the defense. You just want to see him nice and relaxed, especially with his hands at the plate. Well, when you look at Kelly, really, his numbers, in the first 2 innings, a total of 22 innings pitched, 18 earned runs, 9 home runs allowed in the first 2 innings. So it's really, really important for the Halos to put together some good at-bats and patient at-bats the first couple of innings.
It's been a rough year for a normally durable Kelly, and here's Neto lining one to third as Arenado made that catch in fair territory on a 3-0 pitch. Neto put it in play down the line, but Arenado had time to catch up to it.
That's exactly what Kurt Suzuki said, and then eventually you'll hit a line drive and somebody will catch it. That's exactly what happened. Now, not hit necessarily real hard on that one, but I might highlight him on the defense tomorrow. That's it. I'm not doing that for Arenado.
I'm surprised you even did it today. You're asking for trouble there as Neto made the play, or as Arenado did, and the ball hit 88 miles an hour by Neto. So not a terribly hard line drive, kind of a moderate one as Neto lines out to begin the game. Well, here's Trout. Mentioned a 6-game hitting streak, has his average back to .230. 16 home runs now for Trout, which leads the team. 420 now in his career, which leads the franchise. He is the franchise.
He is the franchise.
At the end of the day, Perry Manassian in an article quoted by Bob Nightingale in the USA Today saying no one has worn that A better, no one represents the Angels better, and no one ever will than Mike Trout, and that is 100% true.
Just a phenomenal person off the field too, in that clubhouse, on the planes and the buses with the players. I mean, he's an all-time great guy too.
2 balls and 1 strike on Trout, and that's in there for strike 2. And no matter where we go, no matter where we are, everybody we see at the ballpark or in the cities that we visit, the opposing fans all want to root for Mike Trout.
Yeah. And they all want to say, hey, where's Mike Trout? Well, he signed this, as he generally does in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, we get that a lot too, especially as he's had some injuries as time has gone on here. Is Trout here? They just want to make sure he's healthy and able to be available for a picture or an autograph or a handshake.
That's our good buddy right there too.
3-2.
By the way, that's an automatic 3-2.
It was, and Trout down on strikes as Kelly struck him out with a sinker. Not a big strikeout pitcher at all. His first strikeout tonight, just his 39th this year in 65 innings.
Well, that almost looked like a splitter, that sinker. Hyundai key for the game today going Stevie Nicks. Stand back. I mean, stand back, stay back on some pitches for Kelly today and do some damage. Don't be drifting out in front, especially on the breaking balls.
Kelly only had 1 strikeout total in his last start against the Marlins over 6 innings of work. Nolan Shonowell batting in the 3-hole. We've seen a lot of Wade Mickler batting third here lately. And Shonowell is giving you some offense. That's probably the spot where he's best suited for this lineup. Really the way it looks today. with Neto, Trout, Shonwell, Adele 1 through 4. That's the ideal situation for the Angels if those guys are producing.
Yeah, especially, you know, from the left side against Kelly. I mean, it's 277, 10 home runs allowed versus lefties. That's what you want Shonwell to be in there, especially his good contact.
No contact here, and Merrill Kelly has back-to-back strikeouts to end a 1-2-3 first. You know, Reed Detmers has been absolutely outstanding over his last 4 starts, especially. Really can go back over his last 6. And if you look at his entire picture of the season, his ERA is really higher than what you'd expect, considering some of the bad luck that he's had, soft contact that's fallen in. Detmers has really been good this year.
I mean, he's been as good as anybody in the game. When you look at where his WAR is, I mean, is he the top pitchers in the game? But then you look at his record, you're like, how's that possible? He's been that good. It's unlucky, especially early on.
First pitch swinging. It's Ketel Marte popping one up on the infield. And Nick Madrigal looks up to the ceiling here to make the catch and retire Marte on the first pitch.
My go-tos for Reed Detmers to have a game like that, especially when you get quick outs like that on the first pitch. He can continue to ride that fastball the lower half of the strike zone. Why? Because then that breaking ball dominance can continue on with 56 strikeouts with his slider and curveball combination, because he's been able to run that fastball down. Still can elevate his fastball effectively, but that fastball down has set up those secondary pitches really, really well.
Geraldo Perdomo takes ball 1. One thing about this Diamondbacks team, they don't strike out that much. It's a team that relies more heavily on putting the ball in play. So we'll see if Detmers can carve them up anyway despite that. Strikeouts have been aplenty lately for Reed Detmers.
And that consistency with his fastball, averaging during this stretch at 94.5 miles per hour is fastball.
Only the Rays and the Blue Jays strike out less than the Diamondbacks do. They are the hardest team to strike out in the National League and the 3rd hardest team to strike out overall.
We saw that with Urania last night, only with 3 strikeouts in the game.
1 ball and 1 strike on Perdomo. The breaking ball is fouled off, but Detmers has the 3rd most strikeouts in the American League. He's at 97 in 14 starts. The last 2 Angels pitchers to get to 100 within their first 15 starts of his season were both Detmers and Shohei in 2023.
He's been able to finish off hitters quicker with 2 strikes too.
Tried to finish off Perdomo there, but missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That was a pretty good slider. That's a good idea why they're tough to strike out. Perdomo is really difficult to strike out himself.
He's one of the more difficult hitters to strike out in this Arizona lineup. As he punches one toward right, Adele, a good jump near the line, makes a running sliding catch. Great play by Joe Adele.
Outstanding read, good direction to go to that baseball, a nice play. That'll get you pumped up when you're on the mound, when you have a defensive play like that made behind you. And what a play that was for Joe. Sliding in, great play. Still his eyes are in his head as he's able to go into the slide and make that really solid play.
Nicely done by Adele. Takes extra bases away from Perdomo. And it brings up Corbin Carroll with 2 out and nobody on. And Carroll's been outstanding to begin this season as he pounces one right to Zach Neto near the second base bag. And Detmers rolls through a quick first inning. Just 7 pitches to go 1, 2, 3. Joe Adele hit 11 home runs in the month of June last year. So far this June, he's just peppering the ball all over the field.
Yeah, I mean, and even with 2 strikes, we saw it last night. This good squaring up of the baseball the other way. Expect that power to start going crazy once again, too. He's got 5 home runs this season on the first pitch put in play. He had 17 last year. See if he can jump on one of those early pitches against Kelly, who had a really solid first inning. 2 punch outs. For a guy that doesn't punch out a lot of batters.
No, he certainly doesn't. Only his 39th and 40th strikeouts of the year, compared to Detmers, who's close to 100. Now Joe Adele takes ball 1 from Kelly. Kelly is still considered one of the longer tenured Diamondbacks, although he left town for a couple of months last year. He was traded to the Texas Rangers as the Diamondbacks got a few pitching prospects back from Texas and then did the old re-sign in the offseason. So it was truly a rental for the Rangers. Gave up some pitching and then ended up having Kelly go back to Arizona anyway. 1 ball, 1 strike on Adele. The Diamondbacks certainly paid Kelly handsomely. 2 years, $40 million. For a guy who grew up around the area, went to high school in Scottsdale, Arizona, and then went to Arizona State before he was drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays. Adell hammers one left center field. Lawler's back. It's a long way out, and it bounces all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Adell. It's a triples haven here, but Adell will settle for a double and another hit. He continues to rake.
And another rocket. It was a hanging slider. That was 105 miles per hour off the bat. This slider stays upstairs, and Joe with a great swing on that one. Lawler was thinking he had a shot at that one. That ball just kept going away from him quickly.
Like it took a left turn in the air.
That was a good slider he hit.
Lawler by then had no chance. 12th double for Joe Adell.
It's really important to see if this team can continue their good approach in these spots right now. That means going to the other side of the field, at the very least advance Adell to third base.
Well, that's almost automatic with Nick Madrigal, who has 12 hits in his first 36 at bats with the Angels. He's always inside outing the ball the other way. He grounds it up the middle here. That'll be good enough near second base to move Adell as Perdomo throws him out.
Productive out there. You'll take that one. Now man on third. Get a chance to get that early lead for Reed Detmers. High fives. Well done as far as advancing the runner. Even though you'd love to get a hit, a productive out.
Brings up Wade Meckler as he bats here with one out and Adell at third base. Another guy that you expect contact from. In a situation right now that certainly calls for it.
And so often we see the infield in, even early in the game, they're playing back. They're going to give the run up for a ground ball up the middle area. As long as you get it by the pitcher, you have a good chance of scoring a run.
Meckler has cooled off a bit here over the last week and a half. Just 5 hits in his last 29 at bats. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Meckler did have a hit in the game yesterday.
Seems to be getting a steady diet of off-speed pitches lately.
Well, we talked about the Angels, how much they've hammered fastballs lately. Some of these guys that are contact prone. As Meckler loops one toward right center field, this should get the run home either way, and it's a base hit. Lawler trapped it. It's an RBI for Meckler. Adell scores, and the Angels have the early lead.
Nice contact made. Such good speed in the outfield. Thought he might be able to get to that baseball, unable to do so, but he did keep it in front of him. Otherwise, that would have been fun to watch that. Well, they're coming in just in front of him, but it kept it in front in the glove. RBI single for Meckler. Early lead for the Halos.
Well, what else is new? That is the 10th straight game for the Angels scoring first. It's been 20 years since they last had 10 straight games scoring the first run. As Denzer Guzman takes ball 1. The team record set in 1991 is 12 games. The Angels 2 away from that, scoring first in their 10th in a row here tonight. Guzman hits one in the air to right, backing up Carroll all the way out near the wall. Carroll reaches up and hangs onto the baseball as he touches up against the fence in right field. Meckler retreats to first. Guzman gave it a ride, but Carroll caught up to it.
That was an outstanding play on that one. You're not expecting that going the other way, all the way up just in front of the wall. Yeah, the reason why he's an outstanding defender out there. His arm is pretty good, but his defensive skills are off the charts. He had 6 defensive runs saved coming into this series.
Just a totally terrific player. Corbin Carroll has become the face of this franchise. Here's Logan O'Hoppe looking at strike 1.
I think you could steal a base against Kelly too. He does have a pretty good pickoff move.
We have a different catcher in there tonight. Adrian Del Castillo behind the plate instead of Gabriel Moreno.
4 stolen bases in 5 attempts against him behind the plate.
The balls and 2 strikes on O'Hoppe.
How hot is Joe Adell? Wow.
Sitting a cool 500 in his last 9 games now. Which I think is pretty good.
Yeah, there's a rumor. I mean, where he hit that baseball is right by the 413 sign. It's the deepest part of the yard. Otherwise, he might have had a home run there.
This is a cavernous ballpark with those dual 413 signs just to the left and right of straightaway center field, which is 407 in and of itself. And then you have that big wall out there, the batter's eye, that you have to hit it about halfway up it for it to be a home run. Richie Sexson hit one off the video board here in center field. That was insane.
Yeah, he was fairly strong.
That might have been a closer play at first than it looked on Meckler.
So now a second throw, you might as well go here too, especially with this count. They're checking it out.
1 ball and 2 strikes. See if Meckler does take off after that second disengagement by Merrill Kelly. There he goes. And O'Hoppe's down on strikes to end the inning. Angels take the lead. Wade Meckler drives in Joe Adell.
Welcome back to Chase Field, where yesterday Major League Baseball released the All-Star balloting, and the returns are Mike Trout second among American League outfielders, trailing just Aaron Judge. So the fans clearly want to see Mike Trout in Philadelphia at the All-Star game. And you know what? Mike Trout wants to see Mike Trout at the All-Star game in Philadelphia next month as well. He told me before the game today that when it was announced a couple of years ago that Philly would in fact host the All-Star game this year, it was definitely something he set his eyes on. He definitely wanted to get there. So he told me to be second among AL outfielders means a lot. Also, as we mentioned yesterday, 11 years since he last played in this ballpark wearing the Angels uniform. Hurt when the team came a couple of years ago. First home run here. He said John Gibbons asked him before the game yesterday if he ever played here. He hadn't realized it was his first home run here as an Angel. Yes, he had a home run here for Team USA in the WBC back in 2023, but he said plenty of Angels fans in the outfield happy to greet him with his first home run last night.
There's a line drive from Lourdes Gurriel as Neto makes the catch. 1 out here in the second. Well, now officially Mike Trout can attach Chase Field to his list of 29 ballparks in which he has hit a major league home run.
Looking for PNC. He's going to be able to be there this year in September in Pittsburgh. So Mike Trout trying to homer in all 30. I mean, that was a great swing last night. And we all want to see Mike Trout in the All-Star game, but baseball fans want to see Mike Trout at the All-Star game.
Well, it'll be treated as the hometown kid returning to his roots in Philadelphia and the Philadelphia area and making his first All-Star appearance there out of the 12, and especially in this comeback of the year type of season that Trout is having. I mean, you could almost put it in right now that Mike Trout is going to be the American League Comeback Player of the Year. He's finally healthy. He's playing every day, and he's looking a lot like his old self. And it's going to be treated not only as a homecoming for Trout to the area, but as a homecoming of Trout in and of itself to the All-Star game.
Yeah, I mean, and he's performed so well over the years in the All-Star game. He's been an MVP a couple different times. Still remember that home run he hit off with Zach Greinke in an All-Star game.
All-Star game MVP that year for that leadoff homer off of Greinke. And so I believe he's never hit a home run at Citizens Bank Park, has he? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
There are 6 National League stadiums that he still has not hit a home run in that are current active stadiums. 2-2 as Arenado loops one foul.
Remember, it took a while for him to hit a home run at Fenway Park, even though his batting average was extremely high. You got Rick Porcello tried to sneak a fastball in on him, and he hit it over the green monster. Devers had a lot of quick outs so far. This is a long at bat here, a 3-2 count to Arenado.
Arenado had a pretty good 4 or 5 week stretch, has cooled off here of late. Yeah, Trout has never hit a home run at Citizens Bank Park in 8 career games there. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with the breaking ball. That was nasty.
That had some serious tilt to it. Got the 3-2. Got him to go after that down and in slider. 98 punch outs on the season. Just a good spot on that. It started in the strike zone, looked like a strike, ended up out of the zone.
Chase Burns and Chris Sale are the only 2 pitchers that have more strikeouts on their sliders than Detmers. Put away Arenado there for his first strikeout tonight. So 2 out, nobody on, and Ildemaro Vargas stands in.
Well, he was off to an incredible start the season.
It was insane what Vargas was doing early in the year. And a 27-game hitting streak that started at the very end of last season and was finished on May 1st of this year. So through the first 5 weeks of the season, he had a 24-game hitting streak to begin the year. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's out in front of that curve, and it's 1-2.
That combination between the slider and curveball. And there's a pretty good separation of those pitches, too. That curveball is 72, the slider at 87.
He's another guy very difficult to strike out overall, though. Only 23 times this year. As Detmers backs him off the plate.
That's what I like about what Reed Detmers is doing right now. And we talked a lot about that fastball usage up to 51%. Especially over this stretch he's been on. It's been very, very effective for him. So they're sitting on something off speed. He threw a fastball instead.
Bouncer off the plate. Detmers goes to cover first. Shotwell with the force feed. And it is behind Detmers as Vargas ends up reaching first base safely. And Ohapi was not able to keep that ball in play. So Vargas goes all the way to second. Which should be an infield hit and an error.
Just had a tough time on the transfer.
It's like they just scored it an error all the way.
I think it's an error all the way.
Now Vargas is in scoring position after that 2-base error on Shotwell. That brings up the rookie center fielder Jordan Lawler. Breaking ball is low to Lawler. I think they're going to have to wait for Lawler to really prove himself at this level, and then they can start calling him the king.
Yes.
1 ball, no strikes on Jordan Lawler. And he hammers this one to the left field corner, deep down the line, and foul.
Just out in front. Curveball. Curveball end up going on the inner half and down. And enough of this fair foul pole here already in this series.
David Smith had the go-ahead homer for the Diamondbacks off the foul pole last night in right field. 1 ball, 1 strike on Lawler. Fastball misses for ball 2. Hard toward third, knocked down by Guzman, able to regain it quickly, and his throw is in time to get Lawler.
That's a pretty good throw. They'll probably check that, but I think they got him.
Guzman had a quick recovery
at first base. Yes, that's a good throw too. That's a tough hop.
Angels have an early 1-0 lead here in the third. Diamondbacks got a base runner in the bottom of the second on a Nolan Shotwell error, but then Denzer Guzman made a nice play to get out of the inning. Now Donovan Walton goes to work here in the third, looking at a strike. What a role for Walton here of late.
Yeah, he's been able to get that barrel out quickly and catching a lot of pitches out in front of the plate. Damage done.
He's hit .310 since joining the big league roster. As he pokes one toward the left field side, but this hangs up for Gurriel. And Walton flies out. Walton batting .353 over his last 16 games, and he's homered in the last 2.
Even that approach, he was just trying to punch that the other way. A little more carried than he anticipated, it looked like. So that was a pretty good changeup off the plate and just punched it the other way, but carried out the Gurriel for the out.
He's up Neto, who lined out his last time. Neto's last multi-hit game was on May 29th when the Angels were at Tropicana Field. Since then, he has 7 hits in his last 51 at bats, and he has struck out in 21 of those 51 at bats.
Good change all around with one swing, though. That's the thing for Neto.
It's in there, and it's I guess a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes on Neto. And that's what the Angels are hoping for. That average now down to 219 as he remains in the leadoff spot. Sounds like the Angels want to keep him there at least for now. Here's a drive out to left. Well, Zach Neto gets that one swing and sends it out.
That's Magneto. That's the swing, Wayne, to get him going 108 miles per hour off the bat. A sinker, or that was a cutter. It's been crushed. What a swing and a smile.
421 feet for his 14th home run of the year.
Siri involved. Gotta love that. .421.
Here's Trout with a fly ball to right center. This one playable for Carroll. 2 outs.
Boy, what a swing this was. Cutter to flat, stayed on the inner half. And those hands were extremely quick. 108 off the bat.
It's the 14th homer allowed by Merrill Kelly this year. And the Angels have scored now in back-to-back innings. Here is Nolan Shonowell as he takes ball 1. Kind of have to be just so for Merrill Kelly at this stage in his career. There is not much margin for error.
No. I mean, he battles you, but the stuff, even though the velocity's not down dramatically, but his cutter's been flatter. I mean, that has been his pitch. I mean, it's been one of the best pitches in baseball. From last year to this year, it's a huge difference.
Yeah, he's never been overpowering, but he's had a lot of movement. His stuff has been impressive over the years. It hasn't been as much this year. That ball's hit hard and through, a base hit. Shonowell pulls one into right field. 2-out single against Merrill Kelly brings up red-hot Joe Adell.
That was a good swing there, nearly 100 miles off the bat there too for Shonowell.
Last year, Kelly's cutter opponents at 177. He had a +11 run value. This year entering today, 417 -6 run value.
17 difference. Run value on that. 17.
That's in just not even half a season.
That's
here.
almost, you can't even think that's possible.
Yeah, if it continues on that path, it'll be a 23 to 25 run difference by the end of the season. And there you go. The cutter cut it out. 1 ball, 1 strike on Adell.
I mean, his sinker's been fairly effective here today so far, but that cutter's just a lot more of the strike zone too. It's great to see from Zach Neto, that blast that was.
Angels up by 2 now. Adell off the end of his bat flips one to right field. This is Carroll to end the inning, but Zach Neto takes a big swing, and now we can't even see him.
No, cannot see him.
You can't see Zach. It's
No.
2-0. Christmas is coming early at Angel Stadium. The first 25,000 fans Friday, June 26th will take home a plaid Santa hat courtesy of Discount Tire and Service Centers. Angels.com/promotions for more info on Christmas in June.
Yes.
Zach Neto with a home run in the top of the 3rd. The Angels extending their lead to 2-0 Here is Adrian Del Castillo fouling one off. Interesting, the Diamondbacks gave Del Castillo a start tonight against the lefty instead of having Moreno just catch tonight and then having Del Castillo in there tomorrow against at least a softer tossing lefty. But what do I know? There's a base hit for Del Castillo.
What do you know, Wayne?
Well, Torey Lovullo's the one who knows. He's got 700 wins now as the manager of the Diamondbacks. And he knew that Del Castillo was going to get a hit left on left against Detmers tonight.
Diamondbacks have been really good against left-handed pitching overall this season.
Former Angel and longtime manager of the Diamondbacks now. Manager of the year in 2017, but also was the National League pennant-winning manager in 2023.
Known Torey for a long time. Got a chance to talk to him for quite a while today. And this is the philosophy of the Diamondbacks right now. They're a team that they will spend some money on some guys. We saw that with Corbin Burns, but also they want to have that belief of those young guys come up and develop, making contact, kind of like when you think about the Milwaukees, the Tampa Bay, the Clevelands of the world in baseball. This be able to do all the little things to win games. We saw that last night with their base running.
Yeah, their base running made a big difference yesterday in that one-run win. They had a couple extra runs that way. Like a pitch out there with Del Castillo at first. This is Lou James Groover III at the plate for the Diamondbacks. He is the designated hitter tonight. This is his first big league experience this season. He already has a cool name, Lou James Groover III.
It's an outstanding name.
But he said his family members called him Blade because he was obsessed with the Wesley Snipes movie Blade when he was a kid. He would dress like Blade and he'd run around the neighborhood like Blade, so everybody called him Blade. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes on Groover.
I think he's got him set up for that slider now.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Groover. There's a fastball upstairs, and it's 2-2.
He's thrown a few of them so far tonight, those high fastballs. We haven't seen a whole lot of them of late. He's had some quick outs, but there's been some foul balls off some of his breaking pitches today so far. Mentioned it, Wayne. They don't strike out a ton. They've been able to foul off some tough sliders.
Only a 7-pitch first inning. A little busier since then, though. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a foul behind home plate. Groover able to stay alive.
That was a pretty good curveball, too.
Detmers does have the highest strikeout rate in the American League, averaging about 10.8 strikeouts per 9 innings. In the National League, only Jacob Mizorowski and Paul Skeens have a higher punch-out rate than Detmers.
The Miz strikes out everybody he faces.
Just about, averaging 13.5 per 9 innings. Detmers and Skeens, second and third, they're actually pretty close to each other. You can see there. But Mizorowski is way ahead.
Usually numbers you see for a closer.
Yeah. A dominant closer.
Yes.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
A Rob Dibble type closer back in the day.
Not to age yourself.
Yes. Well, I like to do
Or
that.
Dibble. 3-2.
It's been a long at bat, a lot of pitches thrown. It's a big out to get for Reed Detmers with a 2-0 lead here early.
This will be the 10th pitch of this at bat to Groover with Del Castillo at first. Ground ball. Neto with a backhand pick over to second 1. Madrigal to first. 2, a double play.
That helps a lot. So already an impact in this game for Zach Neto. Nice play on that backhand quick feed to Madrigal. 6-4-3 double play after that long at bat. You get 2 outs with it. Home run, the top of the inning. Double play turn in the bottom. It's always good to have no one on base when this guy's coming to the plate.
Yeah, really. This Man is Ketel Marte, and he has tremendous power. He's turned into one of really the most accomplished players in Diamondbacks history. We always talk about Jose Altuve being up there with Craig Biggio and Jeff Bagwell in every Astros category. Well, Marte's up there with the likes of Luis Gonzalez and Paul Goldschmidt in every Diamondbacks category now.
He was upset with himself taking that first pitch fastball. That's a good idea to try that changeup there. Doesn't throw his changeup as much lately, but when he has, it's been effective.
Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. A yanked ground ball right to Zach Neto. So Neto in charge of the defense in this inning helps Detmers put up a scoreless third. Kelly has allowed a couple of runs in the first 3 innings tonight. 4 hits overall for the Angels, including a couple of well-struck extra base hits. Joe Adell with a double in the second. Zach Neto a 421-foot home run in the third. Might help Merrill Kelly to get the ball back on the ground like he used to.
Yeah, he used to be a lot more effective when he's on the ground. A lot more fly balls, a lot more damage done, especially in this ballpark.
He's never really a guy that gave up a lot of home runs. You look at some of his best seasons, he gave up about 18 to 20 a year. Largely kept the ball in the ballpark here.
Part of the reason that cutter has been so effective, especially going away. That was a good one there he threw.
He's on pace for his highest home run rate allowed this season. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Nick Madrigal grounded out his first time.
Doing that good at bat, a productive out he made. Joe Adell to third, eventually scored on that little flare by Meckler to center field.
Meckler on deck, then Guzman here in the 4th inning as the Angels look to even up this series. He's trying to start winning some games on the road. They seem to have played a lot better at home lately. A couple of series wins in the last homestand, swept the Rangers not too long ago at home. Still just 12 and 24 on the road, and they've lost 17 of their last 22 away from the Big A.
Consider the offensive numbers are better on the road.
Slashed foul by Madrigal. A lot of blown leads on the road this year for the Angels. They've lost a lot of 1-run games. Last night against the Diamondbacks, you don't look at it necessarily as a blown lead, but they did have a lead at various points. There's a chopper in the hole as Arenado ranges over. Strong throw to get Madrigal. Diamondbacks actually lead the majors in comeback wins this year. They've had 24 victories in games where they have trailed at any point, and they've had 21 wins when allowing the first run of the game. That's the most in the majors by far.
When you think about it historically, especially when you give up a run and you're down in that first inning, the team that scores that run usually wins. Historically, it's a high percentage.
No one else in the big leagues has more than 16 wins after allowing the first run of the game, and the Diamondbacks have 21.
And Torey Lovullo feels this team is going to play better as the season progresses. To get guys back and healthy and start swinging the bats.
There's a fly ball off the end of Meckler's bat. Gurriel has that, 2 outs. Torey Lovullo from Santa Monica is a member of the UCLA Hall of Fame. His dad was the producer for the old show Hee Haw.
Yes. He was a funny guy. He was a great guy.
Was that on your list of shows to watch when you were a kid, Hee Haw?
I do remember it, but it wasn't like my all-timer. But when I found out that he had something to do with it, I told him it was my favorite.
Well, that's nice of you.
Yes. I think we said Hee Haw a whole lot in Philly. I don't think growing up.
No, but somebody said it was Terry Smith's favorite show. He's from Philly too.
Does that surprise you? Jersey Shore is his other favorite show.
Jersey Shore and Hee Haw. Well, there you go. That's how Terry Smith gets it done. Rated the longest tenured broadcaster in the history of the Angels, Terry Smith.
The Gong Show, I think, was his other favorite show too growing up. And he used to watch it on the plane all the time too. I'm thinking, Terry, really?
The Gong Show?
Yes, it was a different show.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Denzer Guzman. Sam Lavello, Torrey's dad, produced that.
Guzman had a good swing in that first at bat all the way to the wall in right center. Well, Montero made a nice play on that one. It's the wall. He can cover some ground out there in the outfield.
2-2. A ground ball in the hole. Arenado with a dive has it, but he'll have no play from there. Guzman with an infield hit.
Starting to put together some pretty good at bats. You notice towards the end of the bat, still found the hole. Arenado still has some great coverage. He knows he has no play there, though.
Well, once he gets going, he does still cover a lot of ground. Seems like it takes just an extra moment now for those fires to spark once the ball is hit to his right or left. Here's one down the line. That's fair. It rolls all the way to the corner. Guzman with good speed heads to third. Keith Johnson will throw up the stop sign as the ball comes in quickly from Gurriel.
Yeah, he made a nice play on that. It was a good, fortunate bounce right back to him. Otherwise, that's another run scored. Curveball that stayed on the inner half and right down the line, hit very well by O'Hoppe. Starting to pick up some extra base hits. Now 8 doubles on the season. What a nice job Gurriel did on that one. Eighth double. 11th extra base hit this season for O'Hoppe.
Strike to Walton. We'll see if the Angels can come through here. O'Hoppe now over his last 13 games. He's batting .308. He has 7 extra base hits in that time. 0-2 on Walton.
Helps have that home field advantage if you're an outfielder in this ballpark. There's so many different corners and caroms.
It's in the dirt. O'Hoppe has put up 33 points of batting average in the last 10 days.
Starting to hit the ball well the other way. And that was a rocket down the third baseline. Still quick enough on the inner half, but still away. Could drive it to right center. Had a double that way last night. Almost hit another one that way. It was a good play in the outfield against him.
Donovan Walton's been on a roll himself. Angels trying to score for a 3rd straight inning. Count goes to 3-2 on Walton. Logan now has 5 extra base hits in his last 6 starts. The double here tonight. The Angels have 6 hits against Merrill Kelly. 3 of them have been extra base hits.
If he tries a change up here.
Ground ball right side. It's a base hit. Guzman scores. Here comes O'Hoppe. Carroll fires a strike home, and O'Hoppe is tagged out to end the inning. RBI though for Donovan Walton, and the Angels take a 3-0 lead.
Just the perfect throw. Gets him out at the plate, but another run score for the Halos.
Now, 2-out run for the Angels in the 4th inning as Denzer Guzman got a 2-out rally going with an infield hit that O'Hoppe doubled. Then a base hit by Walton scored Guzman, but O'Hoppe thrown out by Corbin Carroll, who threw a perfect strike to the plate.
And you can see where he got to that baseball just as O'Hoppe's going around that corner of the bag. Mentioned him and showed him on the defense last night. He had 3 outfield assists already, so making that 4.
He had 9 last year. That's the 25th of his major league career in his now 5 seasons. He'll be due to bat in this inning. We say it a lot. How many times does a guy make a great defensive play and then bat second?
Always.
In the next half inning. It almost never fails.
Yo, it's unreal. Especially one that throws an outfield assist.
Geraldo Perdomo is the batter here. Carroll, just a completely sound player. He does everything.
He's one of the best all-around players in the game.
He is.
Runs the bases exceptionally well, hits well, he's got power, tremendous defender, solid throwing arm, or at least an accurate throwing arm for sure.
1 ball, 1 strike. That's upstairs to Perdomo, 2-1. Carroll
Challenge it.
Pitcher sold the ball. Catcher has challenged.
He's got a shot.
Angels challenge powered by T-Mobile, and
Bam.
it's a strike.
Well, time goes to change the challenge.
Hey, when you hit a double down the line, you're feeling pretty good.
Hobby takes one from the Snakes with that strike at the top of the zone. 1-2 now on Perdomo.
Five outs on the ground already tonight for Reed Detmers. His team makes contact. Just keep that ball on the ground all night long.
He's feeling more democratic tonight, getting those ground ball outs.
Yes.
Just 1 strikeout for Detmers. If he gets 2 more, he'll reach 100. He'll be just the 2nd pitcher in the American League so far to get there.
That's
and there's number 99, a strikeout on the outside corner.
I'm surprised he didn't try to challenge that one. That was pretty close. I think it froze everybody on that one. That had a big time drop to it. 72. I think you got a break on that one.
Seemed like it. He'll take it, and now he'll face Corbin Carroll, who grounded out his first time.
He's got incredible numbers versus left-handed pitching.
A curveball drops in there for a strike. Carroll has hit 400 this year against left-handed pitching. The last left-handed batter to do that was Ichiro in 2004. He had 404 that year against lefties. As Carroll swats one in the air to right, it's back for Adele, and he makes the catch on the warning track.
Some nice plays already tonight for Joe Adele.
2 up, 2 down here in the 4th.
That slider stayed on the inner half. He just got underneath that.
Here is Lourdes Gurriel, who lined out to Neto his first time. Detmers only given up 1 hit. It was the little floater by Del Castillo to lead off the 3rd inning.
By the way, how big of a challenge was that for O'Hoppe? It seems like another big deal, but that changed that at bat. He was able to drop that backdoor curveball in. Nice job by O'Hoppe.
It's one of those more subtle leverage moments, because you have a guy leading off the inning with the middle of the order coming up. You have a 3-run lead here, so it can get dicey quickly, and you change the entire level of that at bat by winning a challenge. 2 balls and a strike on Gurriel. line back up the middle, but Madrigal was played up there, and he has that to end the inning. Angels in control so far here tonight. Zach Neto, one of the reasons why.
Well, and he got that little breaking ball right on the inner half of the plate. You talk about quick hands turning on it. Worked himself into a good count to do some damage. Did so. Yeah, we can't see it. Nobody can see how far that baseball went when it's 421. And 108 miles per hour off the bat. I don't think anybody saw that.
14th home run now for Neto. He's on pace for a new career high in home runs at 26 last year. Most ever by an Angel shortstop in a single season. He takes a strike from Merrill Kelly, who's allowed a run on at least 2 hits in each of the last 3 innings.
With 14 home runs, along with 14 doubles, he's got 11 stolen bases. As much as it's been a struggle at times, he's still capable of going on a hot streak again and padding all those numbers.
1 ball and 1 strike on Neto here. Flies this one to right center field. This is hit well. Lawler's back out near the wall. It is off the wall, up against the fence. It one-ups the wall, and Neto's racing around the bases toward third. He has a home run and now a triple.
Well, is he going to do the PCA thing? That's what he did last night. He went homer, triple, double, single. So he's got homer, triple, the 2 toughest ones out of the way. What a swing that was. Slider again. Man, that's a long way. That's not a home run, too. That's a blast.
Kurt Suzuki's asking about if it hit off that overhang. I don't think so.
No.
Neto has his 2nd triple. He'd have a whole lot more if he played in this ballpark all the time. This is a very inviting triples ballpark.
Yeah, just at that yellow line, just below it. That is a long way up there.
It's only a home run in 20 ballparks. That can't be right. It's 413 out there to that.
Well, the only other place I can think of it's not a home run maybe is Detroit.
In Houston.
Yeah.
There's a fly ball straight away center field. This one's a long way toward the wall, and it is gone. Mike Trout powers one to straightaway center field. It's his 2nd homer in as many nights, and the Angels lead by 5.
I think he likes in this ballpark. It hadn't been many games here, but back-to-back games for Trout. That is a blast at center field. Wow, those two smiling together. It's great to see for the Halos. Wow, what a shot. A good friend. That's his birthday, by the way. That fan there.
Well, happy birthday to that fan there.
And Wally Joyner's birthday, too.
And to Wally. And the Angels giving Wally and that fan a big birthday present.
Yes.
Mike Trout has homered now in his first 2 games of this series. The Angels open a 5-run lead. Now 2 balls, no strikes on Shawanoa.
That was 429.
That was crushed.
Yes.
And so was the one before by Neto. Just didn't get out in this spacious ballpark.
By the way, how about that for Trout? Homer to right field, right center, homer to center field in this series so far.
That was directly over the 407.
Yes.
It was over the 0 in the 407 sign. That is as dead center as you could possibly hit a baseball. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Kelly allowing 2 more home runs today. That has crushed that baseball.
It was annihilated. That was a home run in all 30 parks.
I got to believe that one. Maybe Comerica Park before they brought the center field in a little bit. Right down the heart of the plate, and you talk about a perfect launch angle and exit velocity to go a long way. Those hands are super quick. That little step back and blast.
The rough start here for Merrill Kelly as Diamondbacks send their pitching coach out, Brian Kaplan. Try to encourage Merrill Kelly to keep it in the yard. 5-0 the Angels lead, and we will leave in a Hyundai.
A car that sees what you can't, how it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Well, Merrill Kelly has given up a lot of hard contact tonight, as advertised. This is how it's been most of this season for the now 37-year-old right-hander.
Getting a lot more of the plate with his pitches than we normally would see.
Mentioned he's a native of the area, and he'll always be remembered for what he did in that 2023 postseason. He had some great games for the Diamondbacks, including Game 6 in that NLCS comeback against the Phillies. It's a strike to Joe Adell. He was also the winning pitcher in the only game they won in the World Series that year. And he dominated the Texas Rangers in Game 2. The ball's at a strike on Adell. Mike Trout, another road home run, by the way. He's hit 12 of his 17 homers this year on the road.
Now 421 home runs in his career. And everybody keep voting for that All-Star game.
That'll help encourage the voters. 2 balls and a strike. Then they'll have to vote in the second phase of voting. In the first phase of voting, not enough. Got to have a second phase of voting where everybody who voted the first time gets to vote again, presumably for the same people.
Well, after that home run like that, maybe we'll get a few more.
See if we can pass Judge too. Might not even be available for the All-Star game. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Adell. Yankees won anyway without Judge tonight, as they have been lately. They beat the White Sox 12-2. Giants and Braves got suspended in Atlanta tonight in the 2nd inning because of rain. Detroit blew a lead in Houston. Framber Valdez against Hunter Brown in that game. Battle of former teammates. The Astros now lead 4-2 in the 9th inning. Adell is down on strikes on a changeup from Kelly. That's the first out of the inning.
One of his better changeups today. That was a good spot for him.
Phillies are red hot. They beat Miami 8-2. Scored a lot of runs early in that game. And Brandon Marsh leading off today. And Kyle Schwarber played first base. And they both hit home runs.
Yes.
Which is really what they're there for.
Yeah, exactly. Schwarber again. And you got Trouty here today.
Way Trouty here. 54th run scored for Trout, 2nd most in the majors. James Wood is first. He scored 68.
That's unreal. They score 1 billion runs a game.
Washington Nationals, and
they won again today. They're now 4 games over 500.
Beat the Royals 6-4. Nationals 39-35, so they continue to win. Their pitching isn't great, but their hitting certainly is. Chopper to short. It's Perdomo, has it over to 2nd. Quickly to first. Not in time. Marte with a quick turn after the feed from Perdomo. Madrigal legged it out.
He got down the line quickly on that one. Definitely beat it. Down there real fast. It's important because it gives Meckler a chance to swing the bat here. It's 4 straight innings the Halos have scored runs. It's going to add on here.
Had at least 2 hits in each of those innings. They've been all over Merrill Kelly tonight.
Get down the line at 29.3 feet per second, just slightly below elite speed.
Meckler with a 1-hopper to 2nd base. Marte reaches for it to end the inning. Mike Trout hit it way Trouty here. 429 feet to dead center up that big green wall out there at Chase Field. Mike Trout gives the Angels a 5-0 lead. Plenty of run support for Reed Detmers tonight. Mike Trout providing a big punch in the top of the 5th. He pummeled one 429 feet for his 17th home run of the year.
Back-to-back games with blasts here at Chase Field.
Yesterday, it went to straightaway right field, and this one is straightaway center field. I guess that leaves straightaway left field for tomorrow.
Or later on today.
2 balls, no strikes on Arenado leading off here in the bottom of the 5th. Meanwhile, on the pitching side, Reed Detmers has only allowed 1 hit in the first 4 innings tonight. And a soft ground ball here off the bat of Arenado. It's a quick first out here in the 5th inning.
That's a good pitch there. 2-0 count, dropped a slow curveball, had him out in front. Slow ground ball, big first out after falling behind in the count.
He's not given up a hard hit ball on his curve all season.
Remember when he was first drafted, he heard a lot about the 4-seam fastball curveball, and the slider was developing. And then the slider became so good that the curveball became more of a secondary breaking ball, but now both of them are excellent pitches for him.
Here's Ildemaro Vargas, who reached on an error his first time. We asked Kurt Suzuki before the game today if he thought Detmers' role as a reliever last year helped him as a starter. He said maybe it's helped with confidence or the attack mode that we have seen. He said it was hard to quantify it overall if it did or didn't. No balls and a strike on Vargas. Here's another soft ground ball, an easy play for Neto again. 2 up, 2 down. What do you think?
I think it definitely helped him. It made him more aggressive. I mean, Kurt Suzuki said it best. He's caught him when he was a starter. I mean, he threw a no-hitter in his career, and he's had immaculate innings. So it's been there, but I think pitching out of the bullpen wing tapped that aggressive nature and be more confident to attack the strike zone. As before in the past, there's some times where he'd be behind the counts and is trying to make the perfect pitch. Out of the bullpen, you just got to be aggressive, and I think that's turned him into the dominant starter he is this year.
There's Jordan Lawler looking at strike 1 from Detmers. Detmers has lowered his ERA to 3.78 now for the season. He's at 99 strikeouts, which is tied for the 2nd most in the American League.
By the way, he's got 8 outs via the ground ball today, and he's not a big ground ball guy. Coming in this game, 35.1% ground ball rate.
I figured the Diamondbacks would make more contact than Detmers' latest opponents, but it has not been hard contact by any means.
And he dropped a changeup in there. He hasn't thrown a ton of them, has it of late, but when he throws it, it's very effective. Still remember that couple of changeups he threw to Shohei Ohtani at Dodger Stadium that shocked him.
Bounce that one, and it's 1-2. We're also seeing those long stretches again, these swaths of innings where Detmers is not even allowing guys to get on. We had that stretch of 36 straight hitters retired at Angel Stadium over back-to-back outings there, the all-time record for the Big A. He's only allowed 2 base runners tonight. 1 reached on an error.
I talked to him about that. He kind of like smiled. I almost thought, well, does he not know that? But I guarantee he did know that. But still, I said, by the way, you beat the record by Nolan Ryan by basically 3 innings.
Yeah. One and 2.
It's a pretty good non-swing on that one too. That was a nasty slider there.
Ripped foul by Lawler, and it stays 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Oh, another change up there. That went upstairs out in front.
Only a few batters, or a few pitchers I should say, in other ballparks had similar streaks. 2 and 2. So Lawler fouls off another, and really they were just guys coming off perfect games. Since 1961, Detmers was tied for the 3rd longest stretch of consecutive batters retired in a stadium, with Felix Hernandez, who did it in 2012 around his perfect game. David Wells in 1998 retired 37 straight at Yankee Stadium.
He had the perfect game himself.
And so did Kenny Rogers in 1994.
The gambler.
Who retired 42 straight hitters at the ballpark in Arlington. Those are the only instances more batters retired in a stadium consecutively than Detmer's since 1961. And all involved perfect games except for Detmer's.
Can't get him to bite on that breaking ball. Kenny Rogers had that perfect game against the Halos too, as I recall.
1994, that perfect game at the ballpark in Arlington. This is a long at bat here.
And a long at bat, last at bat, as I recall too. Found all some tough pitches. You might want to just go right after a fastball away against him. He's been pretty good, patient on the breaking ball. Remember, he pulled that one slow curveball foul his first at bat. See if he can punch him out with some cheese.
This is the 11th pitch of the at bat coming up to Lawler. And a fly ball to right center. Mike Trout in the right spot. And Reed Detmer's 5 one-hit innings here in Arizona. Take a look at our MLB news and notes. Jose Ramirez had surgery on his hamate bone, and he'll be out for the foreseeable future. Drake Baldwin came back to the Braves tonight, and then he had a home run 473 feet. Wow. I guess he was missing playing. Kyle Raleigh's back as well for the Mariners. As they played the Orioles tonight.
That home run he hit off of, what was it, Soriano, that 98-mile-an-hour fastball above the strike zone at the Big A. He's an incredible hitter.
Denzer Guzman fouls one off, leading off the 6th inning against Merrill Kelly with the Angels up 5-0. Merrill Kelly here at Chase Field this year has a .790 ERA with 9 home runs allowed in 5 starts, including the 2 tonight. 0-2 the count on Guzman.
His best pitch tonight is really his changeup's been pretty solid.
Almost a slider-like movement on it tonight. So those are the home numbers entering today. His ERA's even gone up from that 7.66.
By the way, the great organ player here, Bobby Freeman, he just wanted to make sure he said hi to his sister Madonna and her husband Bill back home in Rancho Cucamonga watching the game here today. He's fantastic. Way to go, Bobby. I do love organ playing at stadiums. It's so
maybe they should let him play and stop blasting all this music in our face all night. Maybe that would be a good thing for Bobby Freeman and for all of us.
Yes, he's outstanding.
1-2 on Guzman, and a ground ball sharply hit for a leadoff single.
This kid is good. The only out he made today was a rocket to the wall in right field.
This was 107 off the bat.
There's been some baseballs hit extremely hard against Kelly tonight.
Guzman is now 8 for 29 at the major league level, after he led the Pacific Coast League in hits while he was at Salt Lake. He's batting .276, and he's been robbed 3 or 4 times on top of that. So things are looking good for Guzman and for Logan O'Hoppe lately, as he had a double his last time up.
And even that is a good take.
There's a line drive and another hit. This one off the glove of Perdomo. Guzman had to wait to see if Perdomo was going to catch it or not. He advances to second base, and it's back-to-back singles to start the 6th inning.
Goes that bottom part of the lineup again.
Well, the 7, 8, 9 hitters tonight have 5 hits, between 2 for Guzman, 2 for O'Hoppe, and 1 for Walton, who's about to hit here.
Feels like this might be it now for Kelly. 11 hits. Game for the Halos.
Well, he's given up at least 2 in each of the last 5 innings. Ryan Thompson is loosening in the Arizona bullpen. And while the Diamondbacks stall, we will get in the car and drive away with Kia. Here's Donovan Walton, who had an RBI single his last time. And the Angels 6 through 9 hitters, if you count Mickler too, have combined for 6 of the 11 hits tonight. Change-up again.
Change-up's been solid.
Said really the only working delivery from Merrill Kelly tonight has come off that changeup. Pop fly down the third base side, long run, Perdomo and Arenado with a great catch.
He's one of the all-time greats as a third baseman going back on pop-ups. He made that look easy. That was nowhere near easy.
Over the shoulder, behind the back, or back to the infield. That's just a great catch. The basket catch on top of it.
You just made it look so casual too. You have your shortstop flying towards you.
That is really an unbelievable play. An all-star and a Gold Glover in the same year 7 different times. Only Brooks Robinson and Mike Schmidt can say that. That's it for Merrill Kelly. Fly. Terms tonight on the long ball. Zach Neto and Mike Trout have hammered home runs against the Diamondbacks, and now with a 5-0 lead, Ryan Thompson will try to cool off the Angels.
He's throwing the ball well. 29th game, 2.28 ERA. Fastball, about 90-93 range. Slider, changeup.
Zach Neto has a home run and a triple tonight. You see that sidewinding delivery from Thompson as Neto fouls off the first pitch.
And Trout's like, hey, the other way with that.
Well, Neto and Trout combined for a homer and a triple. Back-to-back at bats last time up in the 5th inning. Neto tripled, then Trout homered. We have to go back to September of 2022 for the last time the Angels had a triple and a home run in back-to-back at bats. Mickey Moniak and Shohei did the honors in Houston that night. Pickoff attempt at second base, and that was fortunate they didn't go to center field.
Yeah, but they had him too. Timing play.
And Guzman was way off. How's that not a ball?
I know. I was just going to say the same thing. He was going towards home and then spun around.
How do you let that go? That's the exact definition of a balk.
Deceiving the base runner?
Yes.
He was going towards home, it looked like.
Sometimes balks are called when there really is no deception. That was clear deception. That's a strike. Thompson went to Campbell University. He's actually in their Campbell Hall of Fame. This is a battle of Campbells here.
Yes. Feels like he's about 7 feet tall out there on the mound.
6'5". And he strikes out Zach Neto.
It's his best pitch, that sinker below the strike zone, but that should play into Mike Trout's swing, the sinker.
Thompson won the Camel battle, and now it's Trout. Kia player profile. Homers among outfielders. That's the list. All incredible players. Jordan Walker coming into his own this year with the Cardinals.
It's good to see Byron Buxton out playing. He's missed a little time earlier this year, but he is an incredible player himself.
The Twins and Diamondbacks actually play each other this weekend, so Buxton and Carroll will get to go head to head. One ball, one strike on Trout. Trout homering here at Chase Field now in back-to-back games. Only a few ballparks he has not homered in. One of them is Sacramento. He can do that this weekend.
4 games there.
The others, the more longer lasting parks, Wrigley Field, SunTrust Park in Atlanta, PNC, as you mentioned, Nationals Park, and Citizens Bank.
He's got a chance in Nationals Park and PNC this year.
Both of those series will be in September. Well, if he does hit a home run in the All-Star game, it won't count on his regular season ledger, but it'd be pretty cool to hit one out there.
Yes, it would.
Philadelphia in the All-Star game. That would be awesome.
Around, this looked like a pretty big crowd here tonight.
Well, last night they announced just under 30,000, and it looks like it might be in the same neighborhood today, if not more.
There's a lot of Angel fans. By the way, 3-2 count to Trout.
And a rocket down the left field side. That will score Guzman. And with Gurriel diving for that ball, he keeps O'Hoppe at third. But Mike Trout has an RBI double. His third run batted in tonight.
That was a rocket. That was a sinker. Thought that would come into play. A sinker ball throw against Trout, lower third. Not where you want to be against Trout. By the way, that was 111 miles per hour off the bat.
Watch Gurriel look like an infielder.
It saved the run.
He threw it. He threw the relay man from his knees. That is really an awesome play by Gurriel to save that run. That's unreal.
He's really made two good plays out there to prevent a couple different runs.
And Trout a 3 RBI game and a 6-0 lead for the Angels. Here's Shonowell. This is where you see the advantage go to the lefty when you have a more sidearm delivery like Thompson.
Trout now with 36 RBIs on the season.
The Angels have scored in 5 straight innings. They've had at least 2 hits in 5 straight innings.
Gives Trout now 29 extra base hits on the season with 12 doubles, 17 home runs.
Fly ball to right center from Shonowell as Carroll goes over to end the inning. The Angels keep destroying the ball tonight. Mike Trout with a rip of an RBI double to make it 6-0. Angels have been in control tonight on the pitching side. Reed Detmers has been outstanding again.
Slider's been good. He's been dropping that slow curve. Fastball continues to get outs with it, including that ground ball double play. Big moment in that one. Curveball, he's mixing some changeups. He's got a lot of ground ball outs tonight. For a team that makes contact, he's realizing the ground ball out is just as important to get.
Just 1 run allowed in his last 18 innings. He's barely given up any hits in that time. I mean, he's allowed 4 hits in those 18 innings. That might be the most impressive thing about it. Just not allowing anyone even to get on base.
I mean, he's attacking the strike zone, working ahead, utilizing all his pitches. He's able to drop that slow curveball first pitch strike, able to hit his fastball in good spots, and also get backdoor to slider to get ahead.
No balls and a strike on Del Castillo as the only Diamondbacks hit tonight. Now it's 0-2.
A perfect fastball right there.
Only 2 base runners tonight, although 1 reached on an error. 1 base runner in his last start and 4 in the outing before that. That's 7 base runners in 3 starts. Next to nothing.
It's like hitting your driver in the fairway every time.
It's free and easy.
I know. I don't know what that feels like.
I don't even bother to try. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the catcher Del Castillo. Just a floater of a base hit that fell in front of Trout in the 3rd inning. The only hit so far for Arizona. Backup catcher for Gabriel Moreno. It's a fly ball to left, fairly deep, but Meckler has room. 1 out. 73 pitches in 5 1/3 for Detmers. We saw Walbert Urania go 7 yesterday.
I'll tell you what, he was really impressive last night.
Sort of a tough luck loss. The Diamondbacks put themselves in a position to score a couple of those runs with their base running. One of the runs was unearned. The ball that just barely stayed fair was a game changer for the Diamondbacks. It was the first time we saw Urania go 7, and an important step for him in his development.
And he looked perfectly fine. He was very efficient with that. This 88 pitches. Remember, he had 107 in 5 innings the game before, 5 shutout innings.
The ball's at a strike on Lou James Groover III. As he pops this one toward shallow center. 2 up, 2 down, and now Detmers on one of those rolls again. He has retired 10 in a row.
And when you look at him right now, Wayne, he just has that same demeanor. He's not thinking about anything else but the batter coming to the plate. That's how you have those stretches like that. You're not looking ahead. You're not worried about who's in the on-deck circle or who's on the bench. You're just worried about the guy at the plate.
And the guy at the plate right now is Ketel Marte, who is 0 for 2, grounded out his last time. Takes that big slow curveball for strike 1. Bouncing ball and a base hit. Marte just threw an exposed hole in the right side, pushes one through. It's a 2-out single and prolongs the inning for Perdomo.
That was a pretty good pitch too. It was off the plate. He was able to punch it that way. And he's punching casually 109.7 off the bat. He's such a good hitter.
And he's immensely strong. He has the 3rd most hits in Diamondbacks history, and he's only 13 behind Paul Goldschmidt now for 2nd.
Another first pitch strike on a breaking ball.
Detmers getting ahead early and often tonight. No balls and a strike on Perdomo. Only 2 strikeouts. I figured the Diamondbacks were going to make a lot more contact, but it seems like they've helped these Angels pitchers out in the sense that there have been a lot of quick outs from Urania and Detmers in these 2 games.
A lot of times when you think about approaches against guys with good secondary pitches, you're going to be more apt to be aggressive on the first pitch because you don't want to fall behind and deal with those secondary pitches.
It's helped the bullpen out in this busy week. Angels in a stretch where they're playing a lot of days and games together. As Perdomo grounds one through. Marte takes off to 3rd base. The Diamondbacks trying to make some noise with 2 outs. Have back-to-back singles to bring up Corbin Carroll.
I just found the hole going back up the middle. Not hit hard, that one. All of a sudden here now with this batter at the plate and his success against the lefty, it's a big batter for Reed Detmers and the Angels.
Carroll's 0 for 2 tonight. Ended the day batting .400 against left-handed pitching. The Diamondbacks overall hit lefties really well. 2nd highest batting average in the majors against left-handers. And they have the fewest strikeouts in the major leagues against left-handed pitching. And you see that tonight with Detmers only fanning 2. Even for a pitcher who has racked up as many punch-outs as Detmers, it's been hard to get them here against the Diamondbacks tonight.
Even though they're down in this game significantly, Carroll does swing at the first pitch quite a bit. Pretty successfully too. Coming in the game 9 for 30 with a couple home runs, so might be aggressive on the first pitch.
Angels trying to maintain this big lead, up by 6. Strike 1 to Corbin Carroll.
Another strike with a breaking ball, first pitch.
He has faced 21 hitters And he has thrown 17 first pitch strikes. Wave and a miss on the big curve.
That really had him off balance. You don't see that often with Corbin Carroll. 73-mile-an-hour slow curveball.
That hook from you know where.
Gotta be right in that left side of the infield now.
0-2 on Carroll. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
And the 100th punch out. What a punch out to get on the season for Reed Detmers. Slider, curveball, cheese. Number 100. All about the Benjamins.
All right, Zach, what is your favorite ballpark on the road to hit?
I feel like the easy answer is Sacramento. I'm going to throw one out here and say Comerica Park is mine. You know, I like hitting doubles. I like hitting homers.
Ooh, that's a tough one. It's got to be either New York or Seattle.
I know New York gets fun there with Judge there, didn't you?
Yeah, New York was a fun trip this year.
Tell you what, Trout knows his numbers, huh?
Yes, he does.
New York and Seattle, those are the 2 places he's dominated the most.
I think they might change their thing and say they love hitting here at Chase Field too, with the way they're swinging the bat tonight.
Maybe if they could play here more often.
So what is your favorite ballpark on the road to broadcast from?
Well, I would say, you know, it's kind of like saying what your favorite stadium is overall for us, because we don't have numbers. I don't have better broadcasts in certain places over others.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think.
vantage points are pretty good.
Well, I'll tell you, Texas and Washington, those are probably 2 of the worst to do it because you're on the moon.
They are on the moon. Yes, they
So
are.
maybe I do have worse broadcasts in those places. Joe Adell at the plate here, 1 ball, 1 strike. I'll tell you the ones I would never want to miss. I would never want to miss calling games at Wrigley, obviously. But San Francisco, I'd never want to miss a series there. San Diego at Petco Park, such a good atmosphere, such a fun place to watch a game. I would never want to miss a series there. Those are ones that really stand out. And the classics, Yankee Stadium, Fenway. You don't want to miss those kinds of trips and games.
Exactly. Erica, where would your favorite place to
I'm with
broadcast?
Wayne though on the Trouty thing. He definitely, that was a casual troll of Seattle and Yankees fans there. I'm going to go with Rogers Center in Toronto. That's my new favorite spot. Great setup, great crew, great crowds, great environment there all the time. Always have a great time when we do games in Toronto, and that one's my favorite.
That is a great one too.
I just like being at the games where Evan Schloff is at.
Yeah. Why would you? especially when Neto's hitting at Comerica Park and doing damage in Detroit.
Well, at least in Detroit, Evan brings us pizza.
Yes, he does.
But so does Paws now, so we don't even need Evan.
Paws is going to have you back out on X again.
Yeah, where's Baxter anyway?
Yes.
You can't have any. Baxter's one of the, he hides or something. You never find Baxter.
Baxter came in and did a flyby on us yesterday in the pregame show.
Oh, did he? Well, I see him over by the Diamondbacks dugout making friends. Baxter the Bobcat. People have a hard time understanding why the Diamondbacks mascot is a bobcat. But that's because this place used to be called Bank One Ballpark, and it was then known as the Bob. So they have a bobcat for a place that no longer has that name. 3-2 on Adell. There he is, the bobcat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
He's kind of scary looking.
Yes.
3 balls and 2 strikes on Joe Adell. Fly ball to left center field. It's shallow as Lawler comes in. Perdomo's out, and Perdomo makes the catch, 1 away. Well, the Phoenix Suns have the gorilla, you know.
Yes. Man, he used to do some crazy things on the basketball court too.
Jumping off the trampoline and dunking
Yes.
and all that. That gorilla mascot got pretty popular when the Suns were good in the 90s. And they had Charles Barkley and Dan Marley and KJ, Kevin Johnson.
By the way, it's tough to beat doing a game at Fenway Park, though.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's so good.
And the classics are always great too.
I mean, I really loved old Yankee Stadium. And the booth was about the size of our cell phone, but it was incredible. This is because you looked out at Monument Park, everything about the old Yankee Stadium.
Only 2 on Madrigal.
I'm glad you brought that up, Gooby, because you played in all the ballparks, right? Broadcasting, it's another level.
Yes.
I can't get behind you on Fenway, though, because where I sit at Fenway Park, it's basically, again, the size of a cell phone.
Yeah.
But very cool with the history and everything.
No, that place, I mean, the view,
You and Wayne get cozy up there.
Yes, oh yes.
We'll be there in September this year at Fenway.
Much better than open up a season where it's below 0.
Well, it's probably still going to rain.
The pitch is called the ball. The catcher has challenged.
Going to be pretty close. This might be a strike here.
It's Del Castillo challenging, try to get strike 3, and he did. So Magical strikes out against
Pitch is a
Garcia.
strike. The batter is out. Arizona retains the challenge.
Brandon Garcia, the new pitcher here for Arizona, will face Jose Siri.
By the way, I don't think you guys, neither one of you got a chance to see old Tiger Stadium, the booth. I mean, you felt like you were hanging out over the plate. It was that close. It was so cool being there in that old stadium.
A lot of the broadcasters had gloves there.
Yeah, so you needed
close
that. Oh, it was unreal.
And near home plate there. We have a great vantage point at Angel Stadium.
Yes, I think right now we have the best.
Yeah, might get even better. Here's Siri.
It could.
Swing and a miss. The first pitch from Garcia. Siri will stay into play left field here as he faces Brandon Garcia, who is one of the players that the Diamondbacks got in the Josh Naylor trade with Seattle last year. No balls and 2 strikes.
Pretty firm fastball there, 95.
Garcia's from Rhode Island, and he went to Quinnipiac University at first. Not really a big baseball school, Quinnipiac. He was drafted by the Mariners and then traded to Arizona when Seattle got Josh Naylor last July. He strikes out Siri and works a 1-2-3 inning. Celebrate America's 250th birthday with a patriotic hat. First 25,000 fans July 3rd will against the Red Sox. That's Friday night. We'll get a patriotic hat courtesy of Pechanga Resort Casino. Visit angels.com/promotions for more info. It's a great hat.
Tremendous.
Save me one, will you? I'll be here July 3rd for Apple TV.
I'll save you one, Wayne.
Please.
Save you that soccer jersey the other day.
You did. It's still in my bag. I gotta unload it.
Well, you can wear it around Sacramento.
Lourdes Gurriel leads off here in the bottom of the 7th. And fouls off the first pitch against Reed Detmers. That's his 85th pitch of the night.
It's another first pitch strike, too.
It's 18 of 22 tonight, first pitch strikes. Broken bat pop-up, and this should be the first out of the inning as Neto retires Gurriel. Wally Joyner celebrating his 64th birthday today.
He texted me this morning, thanks for the shout out yesterday. You're getting more so today. I told you, just watch the game again, Wally. Happy birthday, Wally Joyner. Wally World.
What a year he had in that rookie year of 1986. I have to wonder if that ALCS ends differently if Wally plays the whole series against the Red Sox.
Great power, pull power, can hit the ball to left field. He's an outstanding first baseman. See, I did play with him for 4 years.
Line drive left center from Arenado. Another one pitch out for Detmers. He's had a few of those tonight. Trout makes the grab there, 2 down.
So important. That's why that pitch count is so manageable here. Yeah, every time at first base, he would have the perfect throw right at your waist every time. Every throw, no matter if he was on the ground, routine play, Wally Joyner was that good.
Chase Silseth, although Detmers
very efficient here.
I know.
87 pitches.
Here's Ildemaro Vargas.
Another first pitch strike.
It's incredible. I mean, really has to be up there with The most first pitch strikes thrown by anybody this year. Vargas reached on an error earlier. I mean, 19 first pitch strikes in a game. There can't be many more pitchers who've gotten to 20 plus in a game this season.
So 20 of 24?
I think now that was 20. Here's a little tapper from Vargas, and Reed Detmers has been just tremendous once again. 7 beautiful shutout innings from the lefty tonight. This Father's Day, Sunday, June 21st. Give Dad the ultimate Angel Stadium experience. Play catch in the outfield, take swings in the Angels batting cages, and enjoy a behind-the-scenes stadium tour. You can get food and beverage in the Lexus Diamond Club and have a chance to meet Angels alumni. Visit angels.com/dadsday to secure your ticket today. The pitcher for the Diamondbacks as they go back to their bullpen, Dre Jameson takes over. Merrill Kelly allowed 6 runs on 11 hits, just one shy of a career high in hits allowed in a game. Jameson is the 3rd Arizona reliever behind him.
Pretty good slider there. Fastball 92, 95, curveball, slider, changeup. Just wonder if Reed Detmers is going to go back out there. He has that look again like we saw the other day. Whenever Dexter's smiling, that means he's probably done for the night.
It's been a very tremendous night. Here's a fly ball center field as Guzman just missed this one. He's got it off the end of the bat a bit and flies out to Lawler. 2 hits, 2 runs scored for Guzman tonight. 2 hits for O'Hoppe tonight.
Kind of pacing around there. Maybe he is going to go back out.
That ball yanked toward the left field line. It's another hit for Logan O'Hoppe, his 3rd tonight. Gurriel keeps him to a single, but he's 3 for 4, and he has been roasting here lately.
That's good to see. Just a lot more comfortable in the batter's box, going for his pitch that he can hit, not chasing. And more importantly, hit a slider too from a right-handed pitcher, which is good to see.
Gives him 11 hits in his last 23 at bats, 3 out of 4 tonight.
Out of nowhere, jumping up to 235 his batting average.
It was 195 a week and a half ago. Walton out in front, 0-1. Dre Jameson, former 1st-round pick on the mound for the Diamondbacks, has been hurt a lot in his career. There's a ball in the dirt, and O'Hoppe takes second base. Wild pitch. Keep in mind, Jameson was drafted a 1st-rounder in 2019. He's going to be 29 years old this year. This is only his 25th major league game. Air ball is ripped toward right center field. Carroll's on the run after it. He won't get there, and one hops over the fence and right into the pool. Donovan Walton cools off the baseball with an RBI double, and the Angels put up a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, but that swing again, that bottom part of the lineup has just been crushing the baseball. Another really solid swing, fastball, and he was so quick to that baseball. Catch it out in front. His swing right now is perfect. Short, direct, no movement in the hands. It's right at the baseball, and good connection again.
is 8 hits from the 6 through 9 hitters tonight. They had 13 in that game at Dodger Stadium. They have 8 more in this game. They've been forcing their way into the lineup more times than not with how they've been hitting. It's 7-0 down, 14 hits. 5 different Angels have multi-hit games, including Neto, who has his first multi-hit game in the month of June. He has homered and tripled tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike.
But a few extra base hits amongst the hits for the Halos tonight too. Eight extra base hits.
Home run and a triple for Neto. Home run and a double for Trout. Adele has a double. Ohapi has one. Now Walton with an extra base hit.
That has the look that he's finished for the night with 7 shutout innings again. 3 Detmers. Wow.
It's the 8th time this year Detmers has gone at least 6 innings. And the 4th time he's gone at least 7.
Impressive.
Detmers only 5 runs allowed in his last 5 starts, spanning 33 innings. I mean, he's averaging almost 7 innings per start over his last 5 outings. That's almost unheard of.
Yes.
In today's era.
In another game with no walks for him. Remember that game he had 14 punches, no walks.
Neto chases out of the zone there. Would have been ball 4. Instead he's down on strikes. And here is Trout, who's had another great night.
Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Mike Trout and his swings tonight. 2 extra base hits, a home run, going 104 off the bat, then that double just about 111 off the bat, a rocket down the left field line, a blast going 429 to center field.
Strike 1 to Trout. 3 RBIs tonight, 2-run homer, an RBI double. He has 17 home runs now on the year. And OPS starting to climb back up, 869 for Trout. Count is 0-2 against Jameson. That's strike 3 on a swing and a miss from Trout to end the inning. Angels score again though, and they're up by 7. Detmers once again brilliant. He has allowed just 1 run in his last 3 starts, spanning 20 innings. He's just barely giving up base runners. Only 3 hits tonight, didn't walk anybody. 3 strikeouts give him 100 now on the year.
And 2 of those 3 hits were not hit hard at all. The only ball really hit hard was Marte's ground ball through the right side of the infield.
So threw 19 first pitch strikes in this game. He threw a first pitch strike to each of the last 10 batters that he faced.
Most impressive thing too is no walks again. 9 ground ball outs. And very efficient as far as the pitch count.
Jordan Lawler leads off here in the bottom of the 8th inning, 0 for 2 tonight, as Kirby Yates is in the game, and Lawler bounces one foul. The Angels brought in a few veteran relievers at the start of the year, and Yates is the only one left. Drew Pomeranz and Jordan Romano both have been DFA'd.
That's that good splitter there from Yates.
Balls 2 strikes the count on Lawler. Swing and a foul tip, strike 3. So Yates punches out the first batter that he faces. One away.
92 mile an hour fastball. Lawler's had some long at bats against Reed Detmers. Got off some tough pitches. Catch up to that 92 mile an hour fastball. Good spot for Yates.
Now, when you think about Detmers tonight, he threw 90 pitches exactly in 7 innings. And he had a couple of at-bats go 10 pitches or more. So he was incredibly efficient against most of the team. Went for those couple of longer at-bats. Looking at extremely efficient night.
Just look at the confidence in his eyes right there, Wayne. I mean, he's growing so quickly. His stuff plays. We've always said that. But now there's a lot more confidence.
ERA down to 3.68 with his efforts tonight. Two balls and a strike on Del Castillo, and the first hit off Detmers. Then he allowed 2 more back-to-back in the 6th inning before he struck out Corbin Carroll. Really the only pressure moment for Detmers tonight, and he was quickly out of it.
By the way, that sequence was outstanding. Slider, slow curve, high fastball.
That was how he put away Carroll in that moment in the 6th inning. 3 balls and a strike on Del Castillo. And a high fly. Mike Trout settles under it and has the second out. Our upcoming schedule with all the games on AB TV brought to you by Pechanga Resort Casino. It's a day game here tomorrow. A pretty early one too. A 12:30 start here tomorrow afternoon. 4 games in Sacramento, where the Angels are back home to face the Orioles and the A's. Taylor Ward back at the Big A on Monday. This is Pavin Smith batting for Groovers. Smith had the go-ahead homer yesterday. Angels will be done playing the A's at home after next weekend.
Boy, Kurtz is crushing the ball again.
Angels and A's only play each other twice in the second half of the season. That's the last week of the year, a 2-game series in Sacramento. We'll see the 2-game series as much anymore.
No.
Strike 1 to Pavin Smith.
Used to have that when you had your rival at 2-2, but now it's 3-3.
Three and 2 now on Smith. It's like NBA travel when you go in for a 2-game series. Quick in and quick out. It's ball 4. Smith draws a walk. That's the first walk issued by an Angels pitcher tonight. Detmers didn't walk anybody. 1 walk issued by a Diamondbacks pitcher so far in this series. See Sam Aldeguerri tomorrow. He was sharp in his last start. He'll face Eduardo Rodriguez, who's had a very solid season for Arizona. Ball 1 to Marte. Dodgers are up on the Rays tonight, 1-0. Shohei with a home run in the 6th inning to break a scoreless tie. Justin Robleski pitching well again against Drew Rasmussen.
Rasmussen going deep in the game. That hasn't happened a whole lot.
He went 7 tonight. Seattle leads Baltimore 3-1. Cal Raleigh back in the lineup, has 2 RBIs, which gave the Mariners the lead. Logan Gilbert has struck out 10. Seattle looks to hold on to first place. They're only a half game up on the A's right now.
By the way, Reed Detmers has had 5 games this year where he has had no walks in the game. And they were pretty impressive ones going against the Yankees in New York. Did it against the Mets, did it against Texas, against Houston, and here again tonight. I think that now 6 times.
Marte with a pop-up, and the Angels with a big lead here tonight in Arizona, up 7-0 into the 9th inning. His 250th birthday at the Big A with a 4th of July fireworks weekend. Watch your Halos take on the Red Sox Friday, July 3rd through Sunday, July 5th. And stay after for a post-game fireworks show driven by your SoCal Hyundai dealers. Angels.com/promotions.
Halo fans here at the ballpark enjoying this game here tonight.
Well, lots to enjoy, both from a hitting and pitching standpoint for the Angels in this one. All over the Diamondbacks with this 7-0 lead. Nolan Shonowell takes ball 1. 7 runs, 14 hits.
The pitcher's called the ball. The catcher has challenged.
Del Castillo not satisfied with that call. So
no. I think he's going to be all right, though.
That's a strike.
The calls for return. Pitcher strikers.
Zach Neto, some big swings tonight, trying to get himself going again with a home run and a triple in this game. Mike Trout, 2 absolute rockets, homering and doubling tonight, driving in 3. In the bottom of the order, 8 more hits.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Reed Detmers flat out dominant on the pitching side.
Well, is he on a run right now? 5 straight games.
He's allowed 5 runs in his last 5 starts, spanning 33 innings. And these last 3, he's barely even allowed any base runners. Just a really incredible run. Shonowell golfs one towards center. One out here in the 9th inning. Dre Jamison, the pitcher for the Diamondbacks, has totally had his career wiped out by injuries to this point. They say he's a freak of an athlete. They say he's the only man in the organization faster than Corbin Carroll.
What do we say about pitchers being the best athletes? Come on, Wayne. See, now you are a believer.
It's starting to come around. They were at an instructional camp together back in 2020, and everybody's going on and on about how fast Corbin Carroll is, and Dre Jamison says, I'm faster, and everybody just kind of laughed and shrugged him off. So then they raced, and both times Dre Jamison won. Smoked him. It's hard to believe, but that's what they say. This one is lined toward the right field corner and foul. You ever race Willie Wilson or anybody like that?
No. No. I raced a few guys to first base. That was about it.
Look at those cleats. He's got the Buzz Lightyear on his cleats.
Yes. Well, that's how fast he is.
Yeah, he goes to infinity and beyond.
Yes, he does.
It's unbelievable. Look at those shoelaces, too.
What would you wear if you had a chance to wear some cleats out in a game? What would be on there?
That should be a Gooby Tuesday.
I know. I might have to come up with that, but that might be a good one.
Swing and a miss by Adele. 2 outs. Yeah, man, put Tony Soprano.
That was, you know what? I'm going to have to use that one. That's a good one.
Apparently, the belt is also themed for Jamison, not just the cleats. See if we can get a shot of the belt too. Madrigal swings and misses. He's got the Buzz Lightyear cleats. And that belt's got something spiffy going on too. That's a Toy Story themed belt as well.
He's got a good fastball working too. That is from infinity and beyond on that fastball.
0-2. Madrigal punches one in the air to right field, and Carroll backs up to handle that. Well, the Angels have been to infinity and beyond tonight. They have been all over the Diamondbacks, 7-0. Now, a lot to talk about on the Angels Live postgame show presented by Kia. Another great night for Reed Detmers. The Angels offense providing a lot of punch, including Mike Trout smashing a home run to straightaway center field tonight. Zach Neto went deep as well. The Angels getting it done in all facets. We just saw a game like this the other day from this group.
Yeah, that game against the Rays, right?
Yeah, Saturday night.
This is about as good as a game that we said that the other day. It was the best game of the year. This is pretty close to it now. This is a dominant game.
8-0 was the score. The bullpen had a little more of a role in that one on Saturday against the Rays than tonight. It's been really on the back of Detmers from a pitching standpoint, but similar from an offensive end in which everybody's contributing in a game that has been dominated on both sides of the ball by the Angels. Perdomo leading off the bottom of the ninth against Chase Silseth. One more turn for the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Arizona order.
Good fastball, 96 from Silseth. He has him set up for that split.
Two balls, 2 strikes, the count on Perdomo here. See Aldigueri tomorrow. Curious to see how he looks against this Diamondbacks ball club that puts the ball in play a lot. Feels like it plays into Aldigueri's strengths. Trying to get a lineup to be off balance. They swing a lot. They make a lot of contact.
And that cutter should be effective too. Get in on the handle of the bat, get some more ground balls. So Detmers getting quite a few ground balls. He's not a big ground ball guy, but 9 of them on the ground today.
Aldigueri was really good against the Rays. Really a similar lineup. Tampa Bay's team. A little more speed the Rays have as Silseth strikes out Perdomo. The Rays don't strike out a lot either. Not a tremendously powerful team. The Diamondbacks are largely similar in that regard.
Yes, very much so. Go back to our Hyundai key for the game today. Stand back. And we saw a couple really good swings tonight by Zach Neto. Stand back and hit a blast 421. And then a triple off the top of the wall. So 2 extra base hits for Neto and some outstanding defense tonight at shortstop.
One ball, 2 strikes on Carroll, who's been held in check so far in this series. Just 1 hit, a single. He did turn that into a run scored yesterday, which made a difference in that 1-run game. Stealing a base and going to third on an error.
97. Silseth has thrown the ball really well. Just the entire season.
Been used a lot in messy situations. Kind of a go-to in that regard. Here's a little cue ball shot from Corbin Carroll for an infield hit.
You look at 3 of the 4 hits today by the Diamondbacks, not a whole lot of exit velocity on it either.
A little American English on that ball.
And he kept that one fair down the line. He stayed true. It was actually going to roll foul, then it kicked back fair further in the field of play.
It hit the chalk and then took a right turn. Carroll gets an infield hit, and he's on with 1 out here in the 9th inning. Angels trying to put away what would be their 30th win of the season. And a few other teams who have not reached 30 wins yet, including the Royals, the Giants, and the Rockies. The Angels started the year 11-10. With a win tonight, they'll be 13-10 in their last 23 games. I just like to throw out that big chunk in the middle.
So we play in a golf tournament. That's a mulligan. Let's take them away.
So for 44 games there, you see a team that's played above 500. But that 30-game chunk in the middle of those 2 stretches, 6 and 24, creating a crater for this team to try to climb out of. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gurriel. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gurriel goes after the splitter in the dirt. 2 outs.
Another good split by Silseth. Starts in his zone, ends up in the dirt.
Reed Detmers will get the win here. And a few of his better outings, he earned a no decision. Wins have been tough to come by for Detmers. This will only be his 3rd.
That is incredible when you think about how well he has thrown all season long, really.
Well, in those 2 games at Angel Stadium where he set the record for most batters retired in a row, he got no decisions in both of them. Bouncing ball up the middle as Madrigal fields it, and Arenado's out at first. Say goodnight to the Diamondbacks. Another complete game from the Angels, dominant on both sides of the ball for the 2nd time in the last week, and they defeat the Diamondbacks 7-0 here in Arizona.
Exactly right, Wayne. An all-around tremendous game. Great starting pitching, incredible offense, solid defense too. Our Toyota players of the game. We're going with Reed Detmers, what he did today. 7 scoreless innings, no walks, picked up his 100th strikeout, and it's great to see Zach Neto rolling today with a solo shot, a triple, scored a couple runs. His defense was great. Career numbers against the Diamondbacks are outstanding for Zach Neto. He was back Neto tonight.
Now the Angels are hoping to see these types of swings from Neto. He busted out with a 421-foot home run, his 14th home run this year, and then he almost hit another one as he tripled up against that wall in deep right center field in this spacious ballpark. So good night for Neto, and the Angels got it rolling offensively in this one. Mike Trout had a big game as well. 3 RBIs, a home run, and a double for Trout. He now has 17 home runs to lead the team, and Reed Detmers didn't need much support tonight, but he'll certainly take all the runs that come with this one as the Angels win it 7-0. The Zach Neto coming out to chat with Erica West in a moment. You see Noah Scott there of Angels PR finally got a road win. So good for Noah. Got off his 0-7 schneid. Zach Neto standing by now with Erica Weston.
Zach, the home run and the triple tonight, a step in the right direction, you think, for you?
Yeah, that's what happens when I swing at strikes.
Okay, well, you didn't chase for the home run those first 2 pitches, and then you hit the ball out of the ballpark. So what were you thinking after those first 2 pitches?
Just keep being cool and collective up there. you know, still being aggressive, but just finding a pitch to hit. And you know, I'm a very good hitter when I swing at strikes and when I put the bat on the ball. And you know, it's still a learning thing for me, but you know, it's part of the process. And you know, I'm going to keep getting better on not swinging at the balls in the other box.
What was the mindset heading into the game today? We know you've been grinding.
The mindset was just, honestly, I don't know. It was just a matter of trying not to do what I did last night. You know, wipe the slate clean and come in today, win a game. And you know, it was a very tough pitcher on the other side. And you know, we all stuck to our approach. It took 1 through 9. The pitchers did their job. Reed did his job, and you know, the defense played behind him. And like I said, it was just sticking to the approach, and we did a really good job of that.
Well, you were busy on the infield tonight. This has been some stretch for Reed Detmers. What's it been like watching the run that he's been on recently?
It's very fun. It's very fun when we're getting the balls and you know, we're throwing guys out, and just seeing guys get in and out of innings. You know, go back, sit down, keep the momentum on our side. That's what this game's all about. Try to keep the momentum on our side as much as possible, and we'll be in a good spot.
Thanks, Zach.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Good game for the Angels tonight. 7-0 the final score. Zach Neto leading the charge. Mike Trout as well, backing Reed Detmers for the win. We'll be back to wrap it up.